Hello everybody, hello. Oh my god, it's so good to be here. Back, I'm posting another video, and in this topic, I want to express certain things, especially pertaining to energy, and certain aspects of everything that we're dealing with on a, I guess, collective energetical level. So please tune in. I'm going to touch on some topics that you may be feeling or experiencing. So let's get started. So the first thing that I actually want to get into is actually the energy of Scorpio. We're going to be ending Scorpio season here pretty soon, and so I feel a little bit late with this video. I really do, but that's okay. So with addressing this season of Scorpio, because this is November 17th. Okay, so the new moon happened a few days ago, earlier this week. I hope everyone has done their rituals or done what they needed to do in order to really tune into, the energy of the planet, the moon, and be in alignment with what they need to be in alignment with during this time. And I know there are several themes that actually came to the forefront of my experiences that I want to express. And with Scorpio's energy, Scorpio is literally the basic energy is I desire. Okay, it is I desire. Scorpio's energy is also one that's very transformative in a way that kind of reminds me of I don't know if any of you are familiar with the tarot decks, the death one, because with certain things, transformation is all about you releasing the old and letting go in order to receive something new, in order to be something new, in order to be renewed. It's spiritual transformation. And since Scorpio is actually a water element and it's also a fixed sign, water deals with emotions. Okay, it's Scorpio's energy because there's other water elements in the zodiac, but Scorpio's specific energy is very deep. It's very intense. It's one that requires a lot of awareness and attention, because since it's a fixed sign, your emotions, like you're gonna be executing on them a lot more during this time. And hopefully by this time or in this upcoming weeks or so, you'll be able to actually see more clarity in your situations and actually be resolved and healed in a lot of ways. So I feel like because of the Scorpio season, it has initiated a lot of healing, because in order to release, in order to let go, you have to heal. Okay, you can't be thinking about or continuously being triggered by whatever people say, whatever people do, or whatever has happened in the past. Everything is about releasing and letting go. And so in order for that to be done, you have to acknowledge those things. You have to accept those things, accept those feelings, accept those ways of thinking, and really acknowledge the root of why you even feel that way in the first place. And with this Scorpio season, even before this season actually came into fruition, I was, what was the season previously? I can't remember. Usually I'm really good at that, but before Scorpio season, I think I was in Libra. Yes, it was Libra. And Libra season, towards the end, I did have a dream, and there was an intuitive prediction. I remember I saw a scorpion in my dream, and I remember feeling all these emotions. It was kind of like hard to explain, even though on my day-to-day I didn't really pinpoint, I couldn't really pinpoint what it was. And so when I went into meditation, I knew it was intuitive prediction of what's going to be happening during Scorpio season, because Scorpio represents the scorpion. So it's like, oh wow, so automatically I initiated doing a lot of healing work, and I'm still healing in a lot of ways. And I want to encourage everybody to be sure that they heal, because even though that it can be very difficult, to face your fears, face your doubts, face your insecurities, even though it can be kind of uncomfortable, to delve into territories that you're not really used to, and have certain experiences to where you have to actually, you know, go to yourself and be like, why do I feel this way? You know what I mean? Like, why did this happen to me? Or, you know, why did I feel this way when this happened to me? You know, things of that nature, you know, because it deals with a lot of trauma. It deals with a lot of things, especially in pertaining to childhood. And I want to express the importance of actually doing this, you know, doing this healing work. A lot of times I see on the internet as well that it's called shadow work, you know? And so usually shadow work, when I've heard shadow work, I never really fully understood it, or even, you know, understood how. You know, people would be like, oh, do your shadow work, you know, you got to do your shadow work. But it's like, okay, how? You know, how do I do this? When do I do this? And usually your spiritual team, usually your own spirit, your higher self will reveal things to you. If you ever pay attention to the thoughts that you have on a day-to-day basis, if you're out experiencing the world and someone says something that makes you feel some type of way, it could be fear, it could be insecurity, it could be rage, maybe jealousy, anger. It can make you feel sad, you know, and be like, dang, you know. And it could be literally anything. The first thing you want to do is just stop for a second and acknowledge why you even feel this way. Now, I understand that a lot of times when we are in relationships, you know, or encounter other people, you know, we can blame the other person for making us feel some type of way. But even then, looking on a spiritual level, on a deeper aspect, that person is actually there to help you heal. So, let's see. If someone were to call me a name, I'm gonna go with a cucumber. If someone were to call me a cucumber, oh, you're just a cucumber, like, that's what cucumbers do, and cucumbers, like, you're just cucumbering, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be upset about that. I'm really not, you know, because I'm like, okay, you think I'm a cucumber? That's fine, you know, because I know who I am. But if that actually made me feel some type of way, made me feel insecure or inconfident or made me feel less, then that is healing that I need to do. No matter what is being said, no matter what is being done, whether intentional or not. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your siblings, your friends. If they are triggering you in some type of way, making you feel some type of emotion, you want to stop. Take a deep breath. You know, if you're in a middle conversation that's getting a little heated, you know, I encourage not going back and forth into arguments. That's not how it works. Because whether they're triggered and you're triggered, you want to deal with yourself first. Because that's the true way that you'll be resolved. You know, I remember I used to actually think like closure was actually having to talk to somebody, tell them how I feel and be understood, and them tell me how I feel and be understood. But sometimes that doesn't work. You know, we have people in our lives that are different, that have different mindsets, that maybe will never understand us. So what is really closure? It's not with anything outside of yourself. Closure is something that you have to do with yourself, that you have to acknowledge within yourself. And with, you know, all the things that I feel like I've been doing with all the relationships, I've done a pretty good job, you know? And this is where the excitement and the beauty of doing your shadow work and doing, you know, the healing work that may be uncomfortable comes in. This is where the true benefit comes, because once you're healed, you're healed. You know, once you get through, you know, going through all those feelings, you're able to be in a new light. You know, you're able to be renewed, just like this Scorpio energy that we're talking about. And I want to emphasize the emotions, okay, within Scorpio energy. Now, another thing I want to bring up is that Scorpio energy is also sexual. It really is, you know, because it represents spiritual transformation, and it reminds me of Kundalini. It really does. It reminds me of that emotional, intimate, and powerful energy that can be channeled in a way that literally creates. Okay? So I want to keep in mind, because Scorpio energy is all about also power, self-control and your desires, okay? So when you're acknowledging your power and acknowledging self-control, you're actually realizing how much you are surrendering to the process of the divine. So like, because when you heal, okay, and certain things are shown to you by the way of the divine, by having certain experiences in your life happening to you that are making you be aware, that are making you acknowledge certain things about yourself, that's when you have to go within. Okay? That's when you have to go within. And that's where our power comes from, especially when we're dealing with the energy of Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio is deep. It's so deep. It's beautiful. It's like being in the bottom of the ocean, you know? And when people think about the bottom of the ocean, it may seem scary, you know, because you can't see anything. You can't. But the ocean is beautiful, and the depthness, the expansiveness, how big it is what makes us, like, people want to travel, want to explore. And it comes with I guess you can call it the dark side, but that's what we need to face. Okay? That is what we need to face. We can't be, you know, all positive and light and all these things. You know, I feel like the number one thing as being a spiritual being on this planet is making sure you acknowledge those sides that feel angry, you know, that feel rage, that feel jealousy and envy, that feel sadness and depression, that feel lack, you know, that feel all these types of things, even fears. And so that's the main thing I want to do, you know, to express, because I feel like it's so potent. You know, this is like the energy that I've been feeling for myself in various different ways, and I want to be able to express this to help inform others who may be experiencing this but don't have the clarity in the way that they're not sure what's going on. They just know they feel these emotions, and they know that, you know, it's like shit, like everything's hitting the fan, like you know, I just feel super tired, I feel super exhausted and drained, and I want to do this and that, and things feel like they're not aligning. And during this time, you know, it's good to make sure you take some time to yourself. You know, make sure you take some time to be introspective and really acknowledge the things that you may be afraid to acknowledge. Simple as that. Simple as that. Wow, I'm so grateful to have done this, and I hope everyone just receives, you know, the information that they need from everything that I expressed. Yeah, I just came on and I told myself I was going to do a video today, and so, you know, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is the way it's going to be done, and yeah, I hope everyone really receives what they need and gains some clarity. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you in my next video. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.